At the beginning of the film, we are shown Russian soldiers who were taking their prisoners to jail. One of the prisoners was our main hero, KRAVEN the hunter. KRAVEN spends a day here, and the next day, the prisoners start messing up with KRAVEN. KRAVEN also teaches them a good lesson. That is, they start fighting. And because of the fight, KRAVEN is now brought to the sergeant. The sergeant found out how KRAVEN had beaten both of them. Seeing their condition, the sergeant asks KRAVEN, "Who were you before and where did you work?" KRAVEN said in a very strange way, "I am a hunter and I hunt people like you." As soon as he said this, he attacked the sergeant. He picks him up and hits him and then stabs him in the neck and throws him out of here. And he himself starts coming out of this jail. Here, by his way of running, we found out that KRAVEN also has some extra powers. The way he was doing big jumps was not the act of a normal person. He used to run fast like a cheetah, and he was climbing the wall as if it was his daily job. In a few minutes, he ran out of there without anyone touching him. While running, a very bad ice storm came in front of KRAVEN. Fighting this storm, a wolf also came in front of him. Who would have hunted him? But KRAVEN started looking into his eyes. Seeing him like this, the wolf got scared, and he did not attack KRAVEN. Later, while running, KRAVEN came in his airjet. As soon as he came in the plane, he reported to someone that, "I have completed the work and killed the sergeant." This made us realize that he was not a prisoner. Rather, he had come here as a prisoner to complete his mission. The scene now shifts to the past, and we see the past life of KRAVEN and his brother. It was shown that their father had come to pick up both of them from their college set. Seeing this, both of them were surprised, and after a while, they found out that their mother had ended her life. Hearing this, both of them were very shocked. They thought that they were going to their mother's funeral, but their father was so merciless that he took them for hunting. When KRAVEN and his brother asked about this, his father said that the funeral belongs to those who die, and your mother has taken her life. He was able to say such things so easily because he was a gangster and also a chemical substance dealer. He wanted to make his children brave like him. He brought his children to teach hunting, so that his children become the best hunters. These people used to kill animals and smuggle their skins, but both KRAVEN and his brother did not like this work. Anyway, listening to their father, these people moved forward for hunting. The lion that these people had come to hunt came in front of them. KRAVEN was not scared of him. KRAVEN points his gun at the lion and starts looking into his eyes. And seeing KRAVEN like this, the lion also got scared. If KRAVEN had wanted, he would have easily hunted the lion. But he did not do that. He did not want to kill the lion. But in the meantime, KRAVEN's father, Nikolai, shot the lion, and the lion got angry with the attack on him. And to take revenge, he attacked KRAVEN. He grabbed KRAVEN and was moving forward. To save his son, Nikolai shot the lion from behind. But the lion did not give up, and he dragged KRAVEN away. Then the lion came and threw KRAVEN's body somewhere. And a girl who had come to walk in the forest saw all this. Seeing KRAVEN injured, this girl put a few drops of a special serum in KRAVEN's mouth. And it was seen that it gave KRAVEN a lot of strength. And KRAVEN himself started getting better. In a while, the rescue team reached here. When she was leaving with KRAVEN, that girl put a small card in KRAVEN's hand. KRAVEN also reached the hospital. There, KRAVEN's treatment also started. But KRAVEN's condition was so critical that he was on the stage of death. Even the doctor declared him dead. But surprisingly, after a few minutes, KRAVEN suddenly came to life. As soon as he was alive, he saw the card in his hand that the girl had given him. At the same time, we see that KRAVEN's father and brother also came to meet him. His brother was very happy to see him alive. KRAVEN was alive for sure, but his condition was not so good. But still, his father takes KRAVEN out of the hospital and takes him home. KRAVEN's father had a surprise for him at home. The surprise was the face of the lion that attacked KRAVEN. KRAVEN didn't want to kill him, but his father killed the lion to avenge him. And after knowing this, KRAVEN got very angry. And he told his father, "Dad, you shouldn't have done this. You shouldn't have killed him." Hearing this, his father got even more angry, and he angrily took KRAVEN away from him. KRAVEN went to his room. As soon as he entered the room, he started packing, and he also kept the card that the girl had given him in her hand. And in the dark of the night, he left from here. While leaving, his brother was watching. He stops him and says, "Brother, you can't leave me." But then KRAVEN told him, "Look, I'm not going too far from you. I'm going where Mom used to take us." As soon as he said this, he left. This place was a forest. The place where their mom used to take them was in the forest. As soon as he reached the forest, KRAVEN had to face a big problem. There were a lot of bulls. In front of him, they were running to save himself. KRAVEN bowed his head and stood up, but closing your eyes doesn't solve the problem. Surprisingly, his eyes were closed and the problem was solved. No bull hit him. When he looked up, a bull was standing in front of him to save him. He was surprised and kept looking into the eyes of this bull, and then the bull went away from the side. He went ahead and came to the camp where his mom used to bring him. This place was also very beautiful, and now he started living here. Here he made a new life with the animals. He considered the forest as his home, and the animals as his companions. One day when he saw that the deer was running, he started running behind the deer like a deer, and then he realized that he had a strange power. Because of that, he can run as fast as a deer. He has as much strength as a lion. And like monkeys, he can jump and climb tall trees. While doing all this, he started having a lot of fun. One day he saw that 2 hunters had come to the forest, and they attacked the buffaloes and cut off their heads. Seeing this, KRAVEN got very angry. He came close to the hunters and told the hunters that they shouldn't have done this. The hunters couldn't understand his attitude, and the hunters put a gun on him. Seeing this, KRAVEN also got angry and attacked these 2 hunters. He grabbed them and beat them so badly that both of them died. And after that day, he decided that he will not leave any hunter alive. After the scene got cut, we were shown KRAVEN in the present, who has now come to this forest through his plane. Even today, he sees that there are a lot of Russian mafia hunters in the forest who are hunting buffaloes and taking them away. Seeing this, KRAVEN got angry and tried to stop them. Here their leader told KRAVEN to move away from their way. Otherwise, we will put the car on you. KRAVEN didn't pay attention to what he said. These people also drove the car, and KRAVEN quickly went inside the car and started fighting with them. KRAVEN was successful in saving that truck here, but he couldn't stop his leader's car. But before leaving, he definitely noted the number of that car. After the scene got cut, we were shown the same man, the same leader in his office. He had come to meet his boss. He had come to report him for today's work. But as soon as the chair turned back, that man was shocked, because here was KRAVEN instead of his boss. He was also surprised that how did KRAVEN reach here before him? KRAVEN had not only reached here before him, but as soon as he came here, he had also killed this man's boss. He now asks Andrei, "How should I kill you?" "Wait, let me see my diary. Are you in my list or not?" He saw his diary. So this man standing in front of him was also in his diary. Actually, in the diary, KRAVEN used to write the names of all those bad people whom he wanted to kill. As soon as he cut the name of this man from the diary, he took a gun and shot this man and killed him. After that, he left this room with great courage, and we were shown the dead body of those 2 men hanging from the door. Now the scene gets cut, and finally, after years, we are shown the same girl who had saved KRAVEN's life by putting some magical serum in his mouth. This girl has grown up, and now she is a famous lawyer. Every day in this field, she gets a lot of threats, and she has a lot of enemies too. But anyway, our hero KRAVEN enters here at that time when this lawyer was at her friend's funeral. After coming here, KRAVEN told her that, "I have killed your friend's criminal. I killed that Russian sergeant who raped your friend and killed her." After hearing this, she was shocked. When KRAVEN was telling the truth, she couldn't believe it. She went home, and as soon as she went home, she did some research. What KRAVEN said was absolutely true. A person named Hunter had killed her friend's murderer. And with this, she got to know that Hunter is none other than our KRAVEN. KRAVEN had also shown that card to the lawyer, which the lawyer had kept in his hand in his childhood. After seeing this, she was shocked that that boy had remembered her till today. Now the girl says to KRAVEN, "You are the hunter who is killing all the mafias. But in my opinion, you are also a criminal. You are also murdering." In response, KRAVEN said, "I don't care." Now he takes out his diary and gives it to the lawyer and tells her that you are in this field. Criminals are released from your court every day. I just want you to write the names of those criminals in this diary so that I can clear all those bad people from this world. Unwillingly, this lawyer had taken that diary. After the scene was cut, we are now introduced to a man named Rhino, who is also a mafia. He is involved in all kinds of bad things. Now here, the shocking news is that his biggest enemy, who was a gangster, was killed by someone. He was surprised to know this. Who could have been brave enough to kill that person? He had nothing to do with the death of his enemy. But now he tells his man that we should join hands with the man who killed our enemy. Otherwise, one day he will make it difficult for us to work. Along with that, Rhino also wanted to take over his enemy's business. When he went to meet his enemy's men, he shot Rhino in anger. But surprisingly, nothing happened to Rhino. He didn't die. Seeing his body, it is realized that his body had become like a stone. And he did this by injecting some strange kind of serum inside him. When people were surprised to see Rhino's body, Rhino's hidden snipers shot them and killed them. Now there was only one man left, Morris, who was scared and joined hands with Rhino. It was evening. It was seen that KRAVEN's father, Nicholas, had also called Morris to him for a business deal. Now, as we know that he had already joined hands with Rhino, so what would he do with Rhino's enemy, Nicholas? It was found that he had come to kill Nicholas at Rhino's behest with his men. At his signal, his men started attacking Nicholas's men, but it was not so easy to come close to Nicholas and kill him. Nicholas killed Morris and all his men here. Knowing this, Rhino went crazy with anger. At the same time, Rhino got the news that he had found out about the man who had killed Rhino's enemies. He did not say anything about it, but his expressions were telling that he was playing a big game in his mind. It was seen here that KRAVEN, climbing the walls, spreading the windows, came to his brother, because today is his brother's birthday, which they celebrate in their dad's bar. When they were celebrating, their dad also came here. His dad told him, "Son, we are family. Why did you go so far from us? You should come and live with us." But his words had no effect on KRAVEN. Anyway, they enjoyed their party, after which KRAVEN came home to leave his brother, because his brother was very drunk. He was about to go back, but his brother stopped him, in a way that he could not even refuse. Listening to his brother, he slept on the sofa. But he was used to living in the forest. How could he sleep on the sofa? He went to the garden and slept there. When he woke up in the morning, he went to wake up his brother. But what does he get to see? That his brother is not on the bed, and there is blood on the bed, which clearly means that someone has entered his house and kidnapped his brother. Thank God they had not gone far. KRAVEN's eyes fell on them. KRAVEN jumped from his brother's room to the bottom of the building and started chasing them. KRAVEN was now trying to stop their car. He tried to break the car's front windscreen, but it was bulletproof. He also tried to break the window, but unfortunately he fell off a car with a jerk. And they took his brother away while driving the car. As they went ahead, they were taking his brother somewhere on a helicopter. To save his brother, KRAVEN tried to climb a rope ladder from a nearby ship and climb on the helicopter. But the fast speed of the helicopter made his plan fail, and he fell into the water. Worried, KRAVEN comes to the lawyer and tells her the whole story. How someone kidnapped his brother. He came so the lawyer could figure out about those who kidnapped his brother. According to him, the lawyer finds out and also tells him where his brother is. KRAVEN also found out from his dad that the kidnappers are also mafias, and they have kidnapped his brother for money. He tells his dad, "What is the problem? Give them the money." His dad said, "If I give them the money, they will consider me weak, and I don't want to prove myself weak, even if my son dies in this." KRAVEN got very angry, and he understood that now he can save his brother's life himself. And it was shown that a man came to the lawyer and gave her more information about the kidnappers. He has even found out their location. Seeing this, the lawyer was very happy, and it was seen that only 5 minutes later, the same man went and met a man of Rhino. And here it was revealed to us that the kidnapper is not someone else, but actually the people of Rhino. And Rhino somehow wants to trap KRAVEN. That's why he is sending all his information to KRAVEN himself. So KRAVEN reaches him while following him. Now, according to Rhino's plan, the lawyer tells KRAVEN the location of the kidnappers, and KRAVEN also reaches the location to save his brother. As soon as he reaches there, he starts fighting the guards. The guards also had guns, but still, KRAVEN was able to fight 2 guards at one time. He kills 2 guards and takes their sniper, and he kills the rest of the people and reaches the room where his brother was kept after being kidnapped. Before he releases his brother, he starts fighting with their leader. And while fighting, when he was near the window, he realized that all this is a trap for him, because the window he was with broke and they fell down. As soon as they fell down, a lot of big stones were thrown on them. in which Rhino felt that KRAVEN and his man must have been killed. As soon as he died, Rhino was very happy. He was laughing loudly. He also leaves KRAVEN's brother, and now tells him the truth about KRAVEN, that KRAVEN is the hunter, who is killing all the mafias and bad people. After the scene was cut, it was shown that 2 people had gone to check if KRAVEN was dead under the leaves or still alive. And surprisingly, KRAVEN was still alive, and his powers were hidden behind it. He fights with these 2 men and kills them, and takes their gun and goes out. While walking, he called the layer and told her that this is a trap set by the mafias to catch him, and the mafia is now after you. Get out of here quickly. Before the people of the mafia come, the layer also leaves her office, and through an aircraft she comes to the area told by KRAVEN. KRAVEN had called her to his forest at this time, which area was the safest. While they were walking towards his camp, a cheetah suddenly came out of the bush and attacked KRAVEN. KRAVEN was used to these things. He fought with the cheetah as if he was a cheetah himself, and seeing his courage, the cheetah got scared and left. The layer was impressed by his courage and strength. After the scene was cut, we were shown Rhino's office, where he has received the news that KRAVEN is still alive and has escaped from their clutches. The mafias put a lot of spies to find out where they found KRAVEN, and then a spy came to him and gave him a flower. This was a wild flower that he had found from where they had buried KRAVEN under the leaves. The spy says that we can guess from this that KRAVEN lives in the forest, and I know very well where this flower is found in the forest. This means that the mafias have now found out the location of KRAVEN. When KRAVEN is shown in the forest with the lawyer, he asks her, "Do you still have the medicine you gave me as a child? Do you know where you will get it from? It was very powerful and I need it again today." The lawyer says, "No, I don't know anything about that medicine. My grandmother made that serum. She knew a lot about these herbs." KRAVEN says to her, "Can your grandmother still make this serum?" The lawyer says, "No, because my grandmother is now dead, and no one else knows about this serum." Here we see that Rhino and all his people are moving towards the forest, where Rhino's spy has a special kind of injection, from which he is going to kill KRAVEN. After reaching the forest, Rhino's men spread all over the forest, and they start looking for a place where those special kinds of flowers were planted, where KRAVEN used to live. KRAVEN knew that those people had reached the forest. He already knew that these mafias would follow him and come here. That's why he had already made a lot of traps. Rhino's men fell prey to those traps, and KRAVEN himself started attacking the others. And with the sounds of their screams, Rhino realized that KRAVEN had come in front of them. Here we found out that the other man who came with Rhino, the spy, was actually a magician. When he and KRAVEN fought, he kept escaping by his magic. And while tricking with his magic, that man injected that poisonous injection into KRAVEN's body, with which he would have almost died. This magician was now going to shoot at the fallen KRAVEN. But before that, we heard the sound of a bullet, and we found out that the lawyer had attacked this man from behind and killed him, after which she came to the injured KRAVEN. He was on the verge of death. At the right time, this girl gave him the same serum that her grandmother had made. First, she lied that she didn't have this serum. She had this serum, with the help of which she saved KRAVEN's life this time as well. Anyway, after taking that medicine, KRAVEN regained consciousness, and he came back to life. Not only did he come back to life, but all of his wounds were healed. On the other hand, Rhino was shown that he learned from his people that the magician had taken KRAVEN's life. He was very happy to know this, and he took everyone with him and went back, because his mission was complete. Now he had no enemy who could kill him. These people were coming out of the forest, when a big problem came in front of them. A huge herd of buffaloes started moving towards them. Seeing this, Rhino got scared, and Rhino injected the same serum in his body, which turns him into a stone. Meanwhile, all the buffaloes attacked their cars, because of which their cars broke down, and many of his men were killed. But Rhino himself had become bigger than a buffalo. He had become a stone. Now KRAVEN had also entered here to kill Rhino. Rhino got even more angry when he saw him. KRAVEN started attacking him without fear of his big body. But it was clear that at that time KRAVEN's strength was less, and this man's strength was more. At this time, KRAVEN also understood that he would have to fight not with strength but with his mind. He attacks Rhino's body with a rod from where he used to inject serum. By doing this, he became weak. After that, KRAVEN tied him with a rope and tied his ropes around the horns of the buffaloes. The buffaloes, who were running like mad, dragged Rhino and started taking him from here. His condition became very bad while rolling and sliding. Here Rhino was about to die. But KRAVEN was still so angry at him that he wanted to kill him by shooting bullets. But at the right time, KRAVEN's brother stopped him. And then KRAVEN asked Rhino, "Who was the one who sent my video to you? Who told you about me?" Hearing this, Rhino started laughing and said, "You don't know, it was your dad who told me about you." Hearing this, KRAVEN was very heartbroken. KRAVEN went to his dad to find out the reason behind his dad's bad behavior. So Dad told him that, "I already knew that you are killing mafias and bad people. And Rhino was the biggest enemy in my business. Neither was I able to defeat him, nor was I able to make friends with him. Then one day, he killed one of my friends, and took over his entire business, although that business should have been mine. I was very angry, but I knew that I could not take revenge from Rhino. That's why I provoked Rhino against you. I knew that when he would attack you and your brother, you would not leave him. And you did the same." Playing on his dad's plan, KRAVEN cleared his dad's path. And now his dad was in a heavy position, and was becoming a big mafia. And where did KRAVEN tolerate this? KRAVEN was killing all the bad people. So wouldn't he do justice for his dad? He listens to everything his dad says and leaves. Then he sees a wolf attacking his dad. He did this attack on KRAVEN's signal. And KRAVEN did not even come to save his dad, because he knew that his dad should also face the same fate. After that, in the post-credit scene of the movie, we see KRAVEN happy with his brother. Now he is living a peaceful life. Because the mafia is over, he has left this work. Both are happy now. And this movie ends while showing them. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.